What is up, YouTube? This is Charles the Chain Space, where we talk about everything from tech to tools to home tech. Today we'll be talking about my personal iPhone, the iPhone 8 Plus. It has been a great phone. It is the 256 gigabytes. I've been using it to make my videos. It is the silver version. And today we're going to be talking about my own personal phone, the iPhone 8 Plus, where I'm going to be filming most of my videos from. I have it sitting right next to me. The iPhone 8 Plus. It sits right here in front of me. It is a very, very used phone. It has some scratches from falls. I try to keep it in a case as much as I can. I do keep a glass screen protector on it. There are plenty of options to choose from. I will have one linked below. As you can tell, there is a power button on the side, and this is where the SIM card goes. In the bottom, you have the two speakers, the lightning port, and the other side has volume up and down and a silence switch. In the top doesn't have anything. The back it's a very nice shiny fingerprint magnet, glass back with a dual camera. The camera is pretty good camera. We'll go into more of that later. In the front has a forward-facing camera, the screen, finger touch ID. The phone is 2 years old, and it is currently, the battery is not lasting as long as it used to. Which is expected. I do have a few workarounds I'll talk about later in here. I have a battery case that I can easily carry with me and just pop it out. It is a little bit heavy, but not the end of the world. But the things I do like about this is one of the very last big phones that Apple has released that has a Touch ID. The Face ID I have used. My Spicy Senorita, she has a iPhone XS Max, and it has the Face ID, and it works wonderful. We'll be covering that in a later video. iPhone 8 does come in two different sizes. The standard size of 4.7-inch screen, and the Plus is a 5.5-inch screen. It is a little big in your hand for the Plus, but it is manageable. I do recommend a case because it is slippery, as both sides are glass, and it does get very slippery. And with both sides being glass, which pretty much all phones are now, they can break and shatter, and then your pretty phone isn't pretty anymore. Both of the Plus and the standard has a Retina HD display. Both have True Tone, and they both have the A11 processor in it, which is a very crisp, fast processor. Rear camera, most important function that tons of people out there use their camera for, is a 12 megapixel camera. Now there is a 2x optical zoom in there, and a up to 10 times digital zoom. It does take a very crisp picture for taking pictures of your kids, for going out, for taking videos. The video is 4K up to 60 frames per second, which I have been filming my videos. I will be filming my videos on this channel with this camera. Today I'm not using this to film my channel because I can't film and be there at the same time. I am using my Spicy Senorita's iPhone XS Max, and it takes a beautiful picture also. The other camera, which is not as important to most people, is the forward-facing camera. It is a 7 megapixel camera. It takes a wonderful selfie. It does great FaceTiming, but it is not as good for recording or taking your photos that will be from a distance. One negative with these cameras, with these iPhones, are the low light. So if you're going to be taking photos, they have to be during the daytime. They don't do well at night. Or if you're taking videos, you need to have some nice crisp lighting. These phones looks-wise, are some of the most premium phones, I believe, on the market. Some of the other phones out there you get are a little cheap. I do like some Androids out there. We'll be covering them later. But the only issue with these is the glass looks amazing on both sides, but it gets very slick, and nobody wants to drop these. But these do operate very smoothly. Apple has done a great job with their chips. These rarely freeze. Now I do recommend, like any electronic, to restart it every couple days, just to help get all the software to kind of reset itself. And if you do have any issues, just restart the phone, close out all the apps and restart the phone. And it should resolve 99% of your issue. What anybody would use this for is, of course, a phone. Now, it makes a wonderful music device to listen to music, you can control other devices with it, you can automate your home with it, you can scroll through social media, you can play games, you can view your finances through apps that pretty much everything, all banks have. Fitness tracking, your sleep trackers where you can plug it in, just put it in your bed and it'll help track your sleep. You can surf the web. Some cons for these are the Apple ecosystem. They do like to really play well with each other. Now, they do not like to play well with others. They're getting a little better than what they used to be, but they like themselves as the iPhone likes Apple Watch, AirPods, and so on and so forth. The charging cable, most people would go complain about the lightning port. I think it works well for what it is. They are expensive. Apple has locked you into that. But there's talk about, I know the new iPad Pros, they're moving on to USB-C. I could see them moving down to the iPhones and all their devices transitioning over slowly over the next couple years. So, a con, it is slippery. The screens break. This phone has been dropped a few times. There's some scuffs on it up there on the top. It's going to happen. Whenever I first got it, the battery would last all day long even if I used it heavy. Or at like 8 o'clock at night, your battery's low. Finally, this product, iPhones are great products. They're stable, they last a while, minus the battery issues, which you can always replace them. Apple does replace them, offer replacements, and most stores offer them, and they're $100 and you can get a new battery. Now, I do like the Touch ID, just because I feel like it's been around a little bit longer than the Face ID. But I have used the Face ID, and I'll admit, I wish I would have just got the Face ID one. But this phone is a very slick phone. If you do still like the Touch ID, I would recommend it. And that's the only reason why I would recommend it over any of the other newer ones. The movies, the screen, the Plus, I like the Plus because you can, if you're going to travel, you can watch movies on it a little bit better. Or if you're going to be using it for your GPS while you're driving, which it is great for. It's a little bit bigger of a screen so you can see a little bit clearer. This is $849 at apple.com for this phone, the 256. It will be linked down below if you would like to look at that. But you can always just go to your cell phone providers, whoever it is, Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, whoever it may be, and they will have deals where they even have little financing options for you. But you can pick one up used on Amazon. You can get the 64 gigabyte for $464.99. Now, the 256 gigabyte is a little bit more expensive. It is $544.99. Still a lot cheaper, and those are renewed Amazon products that even have Prime shipping. Thank you for joining us today. If you liked the video, please click the like button, and if you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And as always, have a phenomenal day.